And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones. She has been the face of women's curling in our country, a 6-time Scottish champion. Jennifer Jones has ruled the house, but over the past 3 years, another team has moved into her territory. Carrie Einarson's crew have won 3 straight titles. Today, 2 of the most successful skips targeting a $12,000 payday. It's the Final Four as Jones battles Einarson. The PointsBet Invitational continues. And throughout the Maritimes and here in Fredericton, feeling the effects of Fiona. Let's get you caught up on what happened on the men's side of things. We were down to the Elite 8 last night. Matt Dunstone now curling out of Manitoba again after 4 prior appearances with Saskatchewan. And he, in that draw to the button, picks up the win. Remember now, there are no extra ends. We have the draw to the button. So your winners include Dunstone over Glenn Howard, Brendan Botcher, number 2, number 1, Guju, and number 5, Carruthers, a upset against Kevin Cooey as he takes out the former Canadian champion. So there you are, our Final Four. You'll see it later today. Guju, Carruthers, Dunstone, and Botcher. And on this Saturday morning, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back. Kathy Russell alongside. To all of you affected by Fiona, we urge you to take care and stay well. So what do you think of those Final Four on the men's side?
It's unbelievable. Carruthers, I like this new team. They're the number 1 in the tour. And look at them all. Gushue, Botcher. They're all playing well. Watch out for Dunstone, too.
Let's take a look then at the women's side of things, which we'll feature this morning. And these were the scores from the Elite 8 yesterday. Caitlin Laws, brand new team, looks good. Scheidegger with another upset, takes out Holman. Einarson wins, and so does Jennifer Jones, which brings us now down to the Final Four. Einarson and Jones, Scheidegger and Laws, and of course Scheidegger with Christy Moore skipping, as the skipper could not make the event. So here we go. What do you think of the Final Four as we take a look at Carrie Einarson?
Well, I think it's terrific. You got 3 teams that we expected to see here, and we talked about Casey not being here. The chemistry between Christy Moore and third Kate Hogan is spectacular. That's what chemistry does. It puts you in Final Four.
So it's time to meet the teams. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Einarson.
Well, unbelievable start. In fact, 2 games. The ice was really tricky. They were the best team out there, game number 1. All 4 of them playing well. It's because of the skipper. Carrie's reading the ice right, getting the rim in the right spot. That affects all 4 of them.
And then on the other side of things, Team Jones.
Well, for Jennifer, we've seen that this lineup does change through the order. Mackenzie Zacharias said the biggest struggle for her in not skipping is not being prepared for the shot. She doesn't know what's coming. When she called the game, she did. They are adjusting, and they're getting better.
So we're down to the Final Four here in Fredericton. When we come back, Einarson and Jones on this Saturday morning.
I think we're just going to keep sticking to our game strategy that we always use. I know a lot of teams have changed, and maybe we'll push a little early, but just do what we do and focus on ourselves.
From the first moment we got together, we just felt like we could be authentically us. We had the same drive and determination, and once you have all of those things, it's just a matter of working hard and seeing what happens. But the team chemistry, for us, it was there right away.
The 2022 PointsBet Invitational is brought to you in part by PointsBet, proud partner of Curling Canada, by BKT Tires and OK Tire, by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada, and by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Ready to go. Final Four. The winner picks up $12,000 and will move on. And so the 2 games on the ice on Sheet B, Caitlin Laws and her revamped team against the Scheidegger team from Lethbridge, but with Christy Moore, their former lead a year ago, who is now skipping her own team, but comes back in this case to replace Casey. In our game, it's Jennifer Jones against Carrie Einarson. And it is Jones that has won the draw to the button, so she will have the hammer. She'll have the last rock playing the Yellowstone here in first. As Brienne Harris settles in, and out comes the skipper Einarson, and we're ready to get it underway. Win it, you advance to the final. You'll take $12,000 with you. And then if you can win that 4th straight game, you'll win $50,000.
Other than the massive amount of money available and whoever wins this game, I think this is a bigger game for Jones' team than it is for Einarson. Einarson, 3-time Canadian champions out of the same province. And I think Jennifer would like to say, hey, wait a minute, you know, we're still here.
Keep it going. Right over, curl. Whoa. Nice throw.
Do you believe in that too, Kathy? Do you believe in sending messages?
I do, and I don't even know if it's specific to Manitoba because, of course, Carrie is at the Canadian Scotties already. Jennifer has to still get there. But these are 2 top teams in the country, and every time you go head-to-head, you want to make sure that you leave fear in your opponent's heart, and that makes you a little bit more tense, and when you're tense, you make mistakes.
I feel that every time we go on the air. Oh, shivers down the spine. All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game. And we will start with the 3-time reigning Canadian champion, Carrie Einarson.
Early pressure, Vic. Brienne and Shannon are unbelievable. Now it's only 2 games, but the way the ice has been early, they're in the 90%. Take advantage of that pressure, Team Jones, early in the ends. And tolerance short. Einarson has to, if they're going to miss a come around, it has to be short so they can run it in. If you're behind the tee line, Jennifer's going to make you pay.
Yep. Little roll. Nice. All right, curl, yep. Yep, right to it.
All right, the keys to the game now for Jennifer Jones.
Well, for Jennifer, bring her A game. 64 in her first game, albeit a little bit tricky sheet. 84 in her second game. It better be the 84 she shows up with today to beat this Einarson team. And a better Burgess also. Carly Burgess is 14% lower than Val Sweeting. That's a ton. She's way better than that. I expect her to be better today, and she has to be.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue, the tissue for any issue.
You have more air than me. Bumper, okay. Yeah. That's less than my ice. Should be very close.
Ice was great both draws yesterday. That changes the strategy for a lot of the skips. You know, you saw the center guard go up here because Einarson's not afraid to get into it right off the bat, even without hammer.
Well, you were talking about those numbers for Team Jones. If you recall, the first day, the first draw, which was what these teams played on, that was when the ice was still being settled in. It had not been used the day before. And I think by and large, the percentages across the board were much lower. It was harder to put the broom in the right spot. There was definitely some frost. The conditions have gotten better and better. And even though the weather's not great outside, it looks really good this morning.
Hard, Lauren. Hard. Make it move. Hard, Lauren.
I remember ice makers always saying, you think it's wet outside and you see it, but it's when the people come in.
Yes.
They're bringing that moisture with them on their clothes or on their shoes, and that's when the adjustments have to be made. Still that center line guard up by Einarson. Jones with last rock here in this first.
Spot will be pretty polished up here now. It's easy to be deep here.
Shannon Burchard.
Close. I think it's going to come down.
Yep.
Oh, you're right.
Right to it. Hard.
We're back 8. Back 8, not curling.
Yep.
Oh, geez. It was going to be close if it would just curl.
And to your point, it goes deep. Let's take a look at the rules of play. And yeah, it has been winner go home from the 16 that started on both sides. Now down to the final 4. You have to play a minimum of 8. And there's the big difference. It's the splitting of the 38 minutes of thinking time. 19 minutes first half. Whatever you don't use, you can't carry it over. 19-minute second half. And you win 4 straight games. You win $50,000.
You're not touching this one. Lauren, drop, Carly. You got no line.
T-line, back
Gotta get it back here. Back 8.
Gotta go for line, hard Lauren.
So there's to your point
Keep going, keep going,
about
keep
the
going,
Einarson
keep
team, you know, tolerance.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't be, if she's light and open, that's different. But look where she ended up, Burchard.
No question. That's what I'm looking for today. We know Einarson's team's got all the tools, but you make a mistake like that, now you've got the degree of difficulty. Yes, you can see part of this, but you can run it onto your own rock, which was self-inflicted.
If we can get in there. You got it, Val. Let's go. No one wants.
One of the things that Val said that they have been working on, they had a training camp with Reed earlier in September, is trying to get releases as similar as they can to each other. She acknowledged as a lefty, her rocks are always going to run a little bit different, but the goal is for Carey to be able to put the broom down in one spot for everyone.
That's nearly impossible with Val being left-handed.
So Reed Carruthers,
Okay.
curling out of Morris, Manitoba, with his revamped team. He's coaching the Einarson side. Carly Burgess. Thrilled to be down in the Maritimes, as she's originally from Truro and the Truro Curling Club, so she's had friends and family here the entire stay. Interesting, going the other way for the first time.
And that's the key right there, Vic. For the first time, there's going to be fresh pebble, and that's what happened. Obviously, you do that well because they yelled, whoa, heavy.
No. Okay.
And Jennifer Jones has a familiar face behind her. Scoreboard on the coaching bench as Glenn Howard appears to have found himself another job. Newly retired. He's, of course, off those number of years with Eve Muirhead and Eve Muirhead's retirement. So it appears that he will be the coach going forward with Jennifer Jones. And they don't live too far from each other. Ski up in the Penetanguishene, Midland, Ontario area of Ontario, and Jennifer outside of Barrie.
Glenn had quite a bit of time, a couple of years with off and on with Eve Muirhead too. So I think he's going to love that role going forward. One shot away from being in the semi with his son.
Yeah, they had that draw to the button against Matt Dunstone, and he elected to give Scott the draw.
Hard roll. That's good. Good.
And Dunstone won it.
9-6.
Roll it over to here. Yeah. I think a 9.5.
So if you're Carey Einarson, you have to assume Jennifer's going to make her last one. So it's not like you're going to steal this end, but you don't want to blank. So you'd love to hang around here, which is tough to do without risk. You don't want to hit it dead on, jam it, and there might be a double to sit 2 for Jones. So
9.5. All right.
you're going to try to hit the high side of this, maybe hang on the corner.
But isn't it interesting, Kathy, that one shot, Carly's stone crashing, going the other way with the out turn, turns that around. And now if you're Jones, you look like you're going to be setting yourself up for a deuce. And now you're going to be scratching for a single.
Well, you are, but I think Russ is right. You go to the different side of the ice, and it was a bit of an unknown. And as she got closer to the center, you could just see the rock move with that pebble.
I'm right behind it, Kat. She threw that great. Now, it was not light. It just curled.
Avoid the jam. Oh, and she'll spill it on the way through. So it's sitting 2, and that's what's facing Jones now.
Oh, if you can make that double, the blank's available.
9. Okay. Hey, Jen, you got it.
And so to your point there, Kathy, is Mackenzie Zacharias back in the house and will hold the brush.
Well, she's certainly used to calling lines, so it's a comfort spot for her. And throughout her career, Carly has played third, but she doesn't go in the house. She's a great brusher, and so they've left her where she has been in the past.
But the fact that she doesn't see every stone Is that somewhat difficult for her?
Absolutely it is, but that would be the case probably for any third because you're usually on top of the stone instead of watching it come.
Okay. Caught it? Sure does. That's the way to get yourself out of trouble. Jennifer Jones.
Very nice throw.
Still finished even with like 8.5.
Yeah. Yeah, 7.5.
8-second hit. That's quite a bit of speed, and just hit it perfectly.
Oh, that one spun on.
I know. Thought it was going to.
Got it.
I was quite surprised it took that turn.
A little more.
I like that.
that.
Yeah.
A little more yet.
Yeah, fresh spot. Yeah. You got it here. Weight's good. 9.
8.5 if anything.
8.5. It's so close.
8.5.
Little firm. Little firm.
Einarsson's last.
Roll it. Roll it. Go, go, go.
Go right over. Go.
Oh, can you sneak it in? No, it'll dig in. T-line, 8 foot. Had the right idea.
Don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. All right, it's good. You got it.
Forces Jennifer to, she could probably sneak by the corner guard with the intern and play the blank, but she's going to play the safer shot, which is a different shot than they've seen.
You got Jen. They're good.
Looking for the blank. Here in one.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Just right to it, line right to it.
You're good.
Clean. Good.
And away it goes.
Blank.
So Jones survives the miss. Gets the blank. Final 4 of this very first PointsBet Invitational from Fredericton. And our featured game is Carrie Einarson, 3-time reigning Canadian champion, against the 5th seed in the event. From the St. Vital Curling Club, the Altona Curling Club's Jennifer Jones.
I'm seeing board.
And Jones with the blank means she once again does have the hammer, playing the Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Perfect center guard, perfect come around, and perfect speed on the third one. Just didn't get the curl.
But, yeah. And the butt.
Yeah, the butt.
There's always a butt.
Hard. You gotta go.
Lauren
hard.
Lenentine.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Hard. Hey, curl.
Can you sneak it? Sure enough. Can you get a cross on top? Oh, it just sits right there.
Am I
Playing the double or just the one?
I think I like
I
the
don't
double.
mind the double.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double's a wee bit safer when you don't have last stone. You could hit and stay right there and use it later, but you wouldn't want to like over curl and roll open.
Yep.
Shannon Burchard. Remember now, she played with Jennifer Jones, what, 4 years ago, and during the Olympics of 18, filling in for Caitlin Laws as she was off doing mixed doubles. So she has her championships
I like 9.5.
with Einarson, and then of course she has the additional with Jones.
Scott Tournament Hearts is her favorite bonspiel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seems good. Clean only. Yep. Whoa. No.
Never.
Lauren, off. Curl. Sit. Good.
I missed it.
That's a tough double.
Yeah. That's the 7-10 split.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You'd have to bounce it off the bumpers and come across.
No, I tried to. Just you guys went on it
And then Carrier looks at it and I'm going, Really? You thinking? No. That's not possible.
Firm.
Roll up.
Whoa.
Curl.
Curl. Yeah, you can keep going.
Keep
Not
going,
curling
keep
that, you can keep
going.
going. Let's get this out of here, yeah.
Would love to roll it the other way and make Jennifer deal with it.
Okay.
T-line. I think speed's okay.
You think it's going to be same as draw, or do you
Yeah,
think same as last time?
It's either to come around top 8 or go to the open side, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, I was just going to say to you, you might think if you go behind, but again, you'd have to put it in perfectly, and if you don't, you're maybe leaving yourself open to a double.
That's the great point about this sport. You can second guess every strategic call in the entire game.
Line's good.
It's great if it's top 8 buried, but if not, you could hurt your chances. They've got a really good chance. Get pretty late in the end. Really good chance for 2 here.
Back T. That's good. Yeah, you can go. You can go. You can go. Keep going.
Go,
keep
go,
going.
go,
Keep
go.
going. That's good. Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me just get it higher in the house. Yeah, exactly.
Normal.
Right, just one other game on the ice. So, Kathy, nothing much to watch except one, so you'd be brilliant here. as Caitlin Laws plays the Scheidegger team. See, God gets you. He does.
He is my friend.
With Christy Moore skipping.
Well, she's being forced. On Caitlin's first, she had the opportunity to hit and stick to lie 2, but flashed on the inside, and that allowed Christy Moore to hit and stick and lie 2. And it is a force. She's elected to play the draw.
Oh, missing that chance, and now desperate here. And there's the draw against a couple, and so nice recovery to the top 4 for her single. Don't fool around, eh?
No. Don't mess.
Don't mess with Kathy.
No. Yeah, we've learned that the hard way, Beck.
Oh, I know. God just puts this little black cloud over me as they just, yeah. Oh, gosh.
Real hard to nose it. Hard, 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 hard. Good.
Yeah, really well brushed.
Good speed. Sorry, car.
We were chatting with Val Sweeting before the game, and, you know, I said, what were your thoughts about all the changes? And I said, you know, I used the hurricane. I said, everything's swirling around you and you're in this eye. And Val said, we didn't make any changes. And she said, which really proved beneficial in so many respects, Kathy, because they didn't have to do all the other things, go out, sell sponsorship, worry about new players, all those kind of things that other teams have had to do. Well, they could have just really had a relatively quiet summer.
Well, and just that whole uncertainty she talked about, not knowing if you're going to be moving and who you're going to pick up. It was just a sense of peace.
And that's what she got there, was just a piece, and loses the shooter.
That's okay, Val. I thought there was a lot of ice.
No, I was wide.
Oh, you were? Okay. I still think it was a lot. Okay.
T-line or better. Back 4 is ideal.
You let me know. It's close.
Back 4.
Top 4. Gotta go back.
Really curling, Mac. Come on, you got it.
Hard, Mac.
Hard, Mac. Dig in, Mac. Gotta go. Come on. Come on, just a bite.
Just a
Just a
bite,
bite.
or they'll lose
Just a
the
bite, just a bite, just a
opportunity.
bite, just a bite.
Oh, great. Really great scrub.
I think the weight was exactly what they wanted. Just kept curling. Needed more ice there. Almost cost them.
You can hear them say, come on, Mac. Zacharias. Come on, Lauren. Lenentine. And then Jones out to help, too.
Just a bite, 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 just a bite.
And that's all they got. Barely sinking the teeth into the edge of the 12.
That was slowing down in a hurry. Look at the line. Another foot of ice. That's easily made.
Have you got the cross ring double, though?
Carrie Einarson can make it. She can throw it that hard. And the audible here is hanging around and maybe in behind that center guard. Yeah, no, this is there. You play the spin turn. When this hits, you're going to get more action because it's an in turn. It's felt pretty hard, though. It's only the second end.
Brianne Harris got it. Burchard saying, stay with it, stay with it. Got the line call, and they'll make a motion to it. Can you get it in behind the center? Not quite.
Carly's curled hard there, too. That's just a swingy spot.
His nose is pretty.
Good try.
Thought base held there's a shelf out there that it would fall back to repair, but
everything wants to go that way to the wing, I think. Like their draw just went nuts. So.
Shoot.
Good throw.
I like that throw.
Yeah. Just curled.
Fine. Roll car.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, Jen.
Dead on. Pretty good spot.
They're good.
Do you want to just keep them separated, roll away, or would you take the roll in behind?
I think if you roll away, it's not awful, but it might give Carrie Einarson a better chance to hit and roll behind the red one and be shot rock.
Carly,
roll it! Roll
And
it!
look at that, just perfect. She has been almost perfect on her hits and rolls, 92% through the first couple of games.
I think that double's too flat. Hit and roll, try to get behind the red one.
Taking the out turn that you took.
Okay.
Tempting to throw the same shot she just threw.
Think there with normal.
Okay. Side. We're hitting and rolling. That's what I mean. Yeah, you want it to be like right here when you're done. Yeah. Okay. Normal. All right, you got it. Big roll behind the center?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. Eight, 5? Yeah. 8, 5. Whoa. Firm.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
A little easier if she makes this because the stone is a little deeper.
Yeah, it's just
a little,
wide. Yeah,
just a little flatter.
Yeah,
Oh, if you can get it in behind again. No, just too full.
Good call, Val.
And so Jones will have a chance for the deuce.
Two great throws. Just didn't quite get the broom where they wanted it.
Same thing. Yep.
They yelled normal. I'd argue that was a bit more than her normal. Would make a little difference here. Awfully good attempt.
You guys done. They're good. Little more than last. No. Carly.
Back that up a little bit. It might be light enough.
Carly Burgess staying with it all the way now. Look out, look out. Oh, and we'll miss the opportunity. That's a huge unforced error. You see it all on her face as Jones misses the chance for the deuce. Settles for the 1 to take the lead. Einarson will have last rock. Yeah, when we come back. Okay, let's join Laws against Scheidegger. Christy Moore's final stone coming up.
Well, on her final stone, Caitlin Laws made a thin double to remove both of the Moore stones that were shot in the house and rolled underneath. So for Christy, it is a force, needs 4 foot.
This team out of the Lethbridge Curling Club. Kate Hogan holding the brush. Jesse Hyen, Taylor McDonald at lead and on the brush. And it is the draw against 3, and very nice to grab the back of the 4 to even it up at 1. We're down to the final 4 on this Saturday morning in Fredericton. It's like you're holding the brush. For Brianne Harris, as we get underway here in the third. Welcome back to Fredericton. Final four in women's play here at the PointsBet Invitational. From Willie O'Ree Place, Jennifer Jones now has to shake off that opportunity. Missed. Still hasn't gone up on the board. She scored one in that second. So here we are in the third. Jones leading 1-0, and Einarson with Last Rock playing the Red Stones.
Jennifer's right. I'm right. She slid right towards me where I'm in the booth here, Vic, and she slid noticeably tight for Jennifer and had no choice but to back it up. When you back it up with, look out.
Okay.
When you back it up with these type of stones with a hit weight, they don't come back. And I looked at her stats. She's 100% so far this week, albeit only 2 and a bit games. On her intern hits, on her outturn hit, she's only 50, Vic. I wonder if that's the problem, not getting out to the broom.
Might be a little sticky, but wings.
She's throwing 10 hits, 50% on the outturn side.
Yeah, I think so.
Shannon Burchard.
Okay, you can afford to go a little bit.
Okay, line's good.
Okay. Top four.
Line's good.
Might have to go
Top
to.
4 T is good. Top 4 T.
We're close.
Easy.
Really close.
Line's really good. Hands rock.
Okay.
Oh, no,
We're really close.
Yep. Perfect. Great shot.
Great judging.
Thanks. Nice one, Shan. Good weight.
You mentioned it,
Thanks,
Vic,
Pete.
yesterday, how impressed you are with the communication from that front end.
Well, it's something they've, Kathy, you can please help me out here if I don't explain it properly, but the front end in particular, Burchard and Harris, have worked to take it an extra step. Not only the line calling and the weight and, you know, indicating that weight to the who's over holding the brush, but taking that and watching over the stone and managing the stone. Am I correct?
It is. It's about rock management, knowing that the weight that is coming down, especially on finesse weight shots, if the person in the house understands clearly what that weight is, they can make a better line call to get the rolls, and they're getting more out of the shots because of the information that Carey is getting from the front end.
And it's, you know, like you said, there are, you know, we think about all the top men's teams or front ends in particular. But there are some men's teams that could learn something from the way Burchard and Harris work together.
I think that really great curling, it doesn't matter what the gender is. If somebody's got a really good idea and can share information, then take it.
Well,
use it on your own team.
I think Vic was suggesting men need to communicate better.
That's
really
hard to imagine.
We just don't want to talk all the time. What do you want to talk about? No. Talk about it. But I mean, we saw it yesterday. I think Shannon said, "I'd like to go." Brianne said, "Yes, too." It's even in that little few feet of the stone traveling, communicating that leads to a better shot.
No question.
You know, we wonder about. See, you've won 3 straight. How can you get better? Just that, that little aspect.
Yeah.
Tweaking what you're already doing and making that even better.
And full credit to have the desire to do that. It would be pretty easy to go, oh, wow, you know, we're the best. Let's just coast away. They're not in that mode at all.
All right, Val, you got it.
Almost rolled that. What a great shot. Just about rolled it on top, and then it would be hard for Val to get at this yellow one.
Weight's good.
Just enough room to not only hit it, but maybe roll behind the corner.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Go curl. Great shot.
Really nice.
So good.
It's good. Nice call, Care.
She still finds it difficult a little bit, doesn't she, Kathy, Val, just being somewhat isolated there,
Yes.
in, away in northern Alberta. Just forces her to do things on her own, and Zoom calls can only do so much. And
Well, and she did say that, you know, specifically line calling and communication with Carrie are two of her biggest roles as a third on the team. And those are two things that they cannot practice by a Zoom call.
Yeah, she's seen that path most recent. Yeah, you got it. I think that ice looks close, Val. You got it.
As so often happens in any sport, that rollout has put some fire into Team Einarson. They made a lot of shots this end. Just a tight guard here. Guard the inside, center line side of the top rock. Otherwise, there's a double.
Line only. Line only. We're really tight. Almost in. Really tight. Almost in the rings. Very tight. Sorry, we were going for line. Well, I was saying.
That's one of the first mistakes I've seen. In fact, somebody yelled tight, so they screamed sweep, but the weight was already there, and they brought it too deep.
yeah.
I think I'm seeing like just an inch of ice.
Okay, sounds good. On this side. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is pretty close. As the goal line, if I poked it a little more, they could have waited. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't break overly hard though. Like it's
Mine
very
didn't
gradual.
practice, but we're not seeing that
No.
same break.
That continual
They're good, Jen. Let's go.
adjustment, right? Practice, and what are we? Third here. Now we're what, 15, maybe 20 minutes more? I guess, what is the time? Well, 45 minutes, basically.
You're right, yeah.
And the ice has changed that much.
No, yeah, for sure.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's going to float. It's going to float.
Whoa,
Yes.
no, no.
Skip Jones in her first. What do you got? Bang, and she'll get rid of a couple. Leaves the shooter top edge of the 12, just off center line.
Nothing wrong with that out turn. A little tighter to the line, slid really close to the berm, didn't have to make any adjustments. Nice throw.
No, but it looked like a 14-3, I would say. Like similar to the middle. Yeah.
Three choices. You
I
could
like that time.
guard it, but it's dangerous because which one are you guarding? You guard the red, the yellow's available. You guard the yellow, the red's available. So they're just going to split the rings.
Okay, yeah, 14-3, 14-5.
Could hit and roll on. That's another option. Might be a bit crispy here. I don't remember too many just crossing the line on the outturn side here. Shade slower.
Okay, that's a little bit more than Miss Shannon's, but I like it.
You're better. Back four. Back four.
Lead close.
Back four.
Make sure we're back four.
Running.
Back four.
There it goes. My broom.
We can wait a bit.
Back
Getting
four.
better.
Back four.
Yours came to a halt. So
Back four.
just, I'd like to hang on to the 8 foot. Okay, it's just 8 foot. It'll probably just hang on.
Back four. Back T.
Oh,
Go,
it
go,
just
go.
took a
Sorry,
big
sorry,
turn.
sorry.
Okay. Holy smokes. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Try to roll in a little bit,
Okay.
but
Sounds
9.5.
Okay.
Veteran call. You play the run back, you miss it, you give up 3. You try to freeze in there. It's just so dangerous without hammer. Just hit the back one.
Just 10.
Is that a good spot
Okay.
where it ended up for Einarson?
Right, very good. Very good, because if it's top, it's at the 2 o'clock position, top 12,
Yeah.
there would have been the double.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is great. No
So
matter-
anything even or back?
Yeah, because whatever Jennifer does here, it's
Right.
draw the 8 foot for 2. Really good spot.
We haven't played this.
And again, good communication, Vic, to get it there. Foot farther through the rings.
Yep.
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 Hard.
Yeah. Right to it. Right to it. Hard to it.
Hard to it.
Right up.
That leaves it right there.
Draw? Yeah. Okay, same weight I like, just because the middle comes down a little bit more. My
It'll be
guard dies.
Similar to hair less.
But hers
Hey guys,
needs to
what
go
are
low.
you thinking on this side?
I think
similar to a pinch less, like 14. 14. Real good. Yeah. Okay.
The minute that broom goes down, these young players, you want to get better. The minute that broom went down, the front end started talking about that path. When Carrie Einarson arrived, they had the answer.
Looking to pick up a couple. Final stone. Carrie Einarson out of Gimli, Manitoba.
Gotta go. Top 8. Gotta go. Hard. Gotta go. Top 8. Top 4. Gotta go. Top 4. Top 4. Getting better now. Top 4.
Harris stays with it.
I know, but it's gonna die.
And there it is. Very nice. That's the kind of stone management we've become accustomed to. Burchard, Harris leads to a couple and an Einarson lead. As the winner will move on to play for the $50,000. Oh, she's from right here in Fredericton, the Capital Winter Club, Andrea Kelly, the bronze medalist last year, Scotties, and she'll join us here in the booth when we come back to Fredericton. The chance to win his first Brier title.
Doesn't look heavy.
It's getting frosty. 4-8 is what you need to become the Canadian curling champions.
Positive? I liked it.
Need the button, fellas. Get off, boys. Need the button, fellas. Bowling's right there, and it is 2 for Guzu. Champion of 17. Champion of 18. And Guzu is good again to win a 4th Canadian championship.
Halfway.
With 3 men, they win a 4th Canadian men's curling championship.
Go for you, buddy.
And as you might expect, the #1 seed coming in is still alive. Brad Guzu out of the Remax Center at the St. John's Curling Club will play Reed Carruthers after he finishes his coaching duties here with Carrie Einarson. Matt Dunstone will play Brendan Botcher. And boy, I tell you, watching that 17 final in St. John's at mile 1 still gives me chills. Team with Christy Moore throwing
some risk. She tried to play a freeze instead of a hit, and it bounced off, and that created an opportunity for Caitlin now to draw for 3. Needs 8 foot.
Peterman, Cush on the brush. Boy, that's a big miss. And a shake of the head. 67% is what she's curling so far. Law still leads at 3-1. On this Saturday morning, Willio replays in Fredericton as the weather has started to settle down after we were buffeted by some of the outer bands of Fiona. Heavy rain this morning. Actually, there were whitecaps on the St. John River this morning. It was a little odd to see. But, we're all doing well and hope you are too throughout the Atlantic provinces.
Get it. Okay.
So as we welcome you back, we go to the 4th, and it's Einarson leading 2-1, and it is Team Jones that has the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 4.
Okay, you
They
know
don't have the momentum. That hit and roll out for 2 for Jones in the second end has really turned things around here. They're chasing to this end too.
Okay, halfway.
2, 3. Weights close.
Yeah. We
Little for line, Brienne. Little for line, Brienne. Brienne for line. Brienne for line.
We're max weight. Almost.
Line's fine. Line's fine.
Okay, we're almost in.
No, then.
To your broom.
No.
I think
We're
just
halfway
just
now,
your
really
broom.
dying.
Yep.
Really dying.
Yep. Right here. Yep. That'd be a little further middle. Yep.
Good.
Try to get this side. Okay.
And we say hello, Canada, and welcome former Canadian junior champion last bronze medal winner at Thunder Bay, representing New Brunswick out of the Capital Winter Club here in Fredericton. Welcome, Andrea Kelly. This is what we do. And that's how we watch you when you're down there. So welcome to the booth and to the TV side of things.
Thanks, Vic.
What do you think of this event so far?
It's interesting. Actually, I was having that conversation with a volunteer in the stands this morning, and he was asking me the same thing. I haven't had the chance to talk to very many players to get their thoughts, but it's a neat twist, I guess, to see to the traditional ways that we play events, I guess.
Well, because it's one and done, right? You have to be on your game right away.
Absolutely, yeah.
Disadvantage not playing as much to get ready?
We do feel that way, yeah, when we look back on things. I wish we had had some competition before we came here. I mean, we did our best. We got a weekend in with some practices, but I think a few games certainly would have helped us. We're a bit of a new team this year, having a new player, so it'd be nice to work through some of those things before we landed here, but it is what it is, and we have a long season ahead of us yet. Yeah,
you had Jennifer Jones right out of the gate and dropped that first one 9-5, and that was on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just weren't as sharp as we'd hoped to be for that game.
Jennifer made that unbelievable shot at 8. She went out in the snow and drew against, 4-5, or that might have been a different result.
Yeah, draw against 4. Yeah, we just hoped that last one of mine could have sat a little bit further to the right and protected that draw, but...
Jones with last rock here in the fourth. As she trails 2-1. Carrie Einarson leading.
Into this, we might get it off the 8. Okay. This rock. Heel.
One thing Jennifer Jones does as well or better than anybody, male or female, is turn lemons into lemonade. Like, she's trying to peel this red one. I thought she might go the other way, but then the red one could come into the ring. She's going to hit it towards the center. If she hits that yellow one really thin, Andrew, I think it might even go in the rings.
Yeah, it looks very thin on that outside red one.
Hard! Whoa!
Carly Burgess.
Whoa! Watch this yellow, Lauren. Watch this yellow.
Angle it over. Oh, watch this squirt back, just like that. And
way
suddenly
better,
she has one
Great
in.
job.
Now there's 3 reds in there, but at least she has Jones one top 12.
And that is a huge asset for Carly. She is able to throw that really big up weight, has a very strong leg drive as well as an extension. And that makes a lot of granite fly.
And it opens up that center, doesn't it, Andrea?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's important for them right now. They need to have that open for a saver.
Little solid, 10-5. Yeah, a little heavy.
Val Sweeting.
10-5. Clean. Yep. Straight. Yep. Still solid. Clean. Good Val.
You actually curled with Val for a little while, right?
Yes, I did. Curled with Val for, I guess, half of a season, but she was lovely to play with.
For a lefty.
Great teammate.
Yeah.
I don't think we judge people by niceness and which hand they throw.
They just play the same thing.
What? At least they have one behind they're going to have one in the behind
Way
the
full.
Yeah.
That time I...
Go back 4? That's a good thought. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can get it behind this
All
one.
the way. Okay,
and
over
try to
barrier.
run it.
Okay.
But no,
Yeah,
like,
I just
I
think,
think at this point in the end,
What
I'm
else
just
do you
looking
like?
to see where they can get something hidden and
Yeah, that's what.
trying to accumulate a couple of points.
I don't know. That's hard, but
Here comes the former skip to join in.
we just have to overbury it. I like it if we overbury it.
I like this. Even if she plays
Is
this,
that we
have
have
something
this.
to freeze.
And we have this. Like, even if you're back 4.
Okay.
At this
I
point.
like this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check, you get one in that way. Look at that, Vic. Do you like the
I like that.
streamer?
Yeah.
The problem with that, though, is this is queued up for one of the best hitters in the world, Carrie Einarson. So you've got to be careful where you put that. You might have to hit that shot rock and deal with it later.
Well, how dangerous is it, Andrea, to leave 4 stones in there? I know you've got last rock, but you're going to ignore any of the red stones, get rid of any? How dangerous is that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk. I think it's just the way the end has sort of gone for them, and at this point they're trying to accumulate a couple of points, so
I liked it.
what's the best option, I guess?
But could you not play a hit on something and still get the same result, get the hit and roll, or is this the best way to to try and get in.
I think for them the choice is what's the easier way to get there. Do we draw there or do we hit and roll there?
It's better slow down. Big rotation right down the center.
Okay.
And it'll finally grind to a stop back 12. It's interesting. I think Kathy, when you were talking earlier about what Carly and her up-weight ability, maybe trying to be too perfect, right? They talked about where they had to go, and she just literally overthrew it.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's trying to be perfect. It's you go from throwing a really big weight like a 7, and then you have to really sit in the hack and think about your kick speed to make that draw.
Like we don't want to hook these. She's been throwing them good. No. Yeah. If it's anywhere in this line, like here to there. Yep. But I see what you mean. Yeah. Even or a little higher than that one.
You could argue you're better not buried here, because if you put this on the center line, they make the hit and roll. You might not have a raise.
Yeah, I agree with that, Russ. Leave something open to use if you need to.
You had a couple of these just curl like crazy. I know when I played down east, I had trouble replicating the ice you were going to play on in an event like this or the Scotties. That has to be tough to make that adjustment.
Yeah, I think we faced that a little bit in our first game here, just you know, forgetting those little things to be conscious of and talking about the path and how to throw it.
Talk to us a little bit about the Scotties experience last year in Thunder Bay. Of course, after the pandemic, at least there were some people at the end of the week in Thunder Bay and that bronze medal, and how special it may have been for you.
Yeah, it was such a great week for our team. You know, we just took a totally different attitude into the event last year, and it was really just all about no excuses. So not letting anything be a reason for why we wouldn't play well or wouldn't win any games. And we did well keeping that in perspective all week and played really well and got ourselves in some great positions, I guess, and came out with the bronze. Yeah,
that was great.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay.
Just didn't.
I like that a lot. Make her make something.
Make her make it, and then I should have a draw.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Going to give it another go, are they, Russ?
Yeah, what they're worried about, I think Jennifer was thinking come around all day, every day, but there's going to be an in-off. If this ends up maybe on the button, Carrie can play off her own and make it, but still has to make it. They're not gimmies.
Full 4? Full 4. Okay.
And I'm not sure you could hit it and try to roll somewhere, but it's a lot tougher.
Just didn't trust it.
That's right.
Carrie's kind of got both sides of the house there to come at a yellow stone in the middle.
Very true. That was our key to the game, Andrea, at the start, was don't be deep against Jones. Keep them up high, and they've done a wonderful job of that in this end.
Jennifer Jones and her first as we play here in the fourth.
Line only. You need a rub, sweep it. You need backboard. Yes, Ted, yes. You're back.
They're going for the audible here. They think it's heavy. They can't decide whether to brush it on a red or let it die.
Looks like it's trying, yep.
Maybe that slide pass will help her a little bit, as it does finally just back edge of the 4.
Great judging by the brushers there, Vic. Jennifer basically panics that it's heavy, play the rub. They didn't. They knew coming in it could die, so they stayed away from it.
Back 4.
Any brushing there, and it was nowhere near shot rock.
Get it in there.
Oh, okay.
You want to be right to it?
Yeah, to it.
Yeah. Is it back 8, Carrie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right to it, Carrie Einarson in her last.
Fighting 4? Yeah, I still like that.
Yeah. She has to make something, right? So. I'll take it.
I've got a little bit of space on this 4 too.
Okay. If they do.
Well, that was the point, right? Didn't somebody say, Jones to Mackenzie, let's force her to make a shot, and she has to make one now. Andrea.
Yes, exactly. Got something in there, and Carrie has to make a good one here.
Easy to be heavy here. Just came up way light. Now she's in a better path.
Carrie Einarson, final stone. Brianne Harris, now Burchard picks her up too. Oh, it's going to be all over her own. And bang, does she take a little bit of a draw away.
Yeah, I thought they keep rushing that, kick it over a little farther and take away the draw path. I think it's still there.
Well, that one seemed to take a very early snap, unexpectedly.
Did you find that this week with some of the paths?
Yeah, it seemed if you'd, sort of let a path sit for a while and you first rock down there, it was frosty and you get a little more curl, a little heavier.
It's amazing with the sandpapered rocks. I find that how fast that does happen. The ice sits for a second. It sometimes can really change.
Oh, we find that a lot, Andrea, in those draw to the buttons and those extra ends. That team that had the hammer, who could choose the turn, really had an advantage because they forced the other team to play a side that maybe hadn't been touched for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. The advantage really goes to that team throwing second because we've seen a few, big misses unexpectedly.
Chance to draw for a second. And you can hear and see Mackenzie Zacharias calling on Burgess. Going to play the hit and roll inside, and there you go. So not taking a chance with the draw, with the going for a little hit and roll. And so Jones takes advantage of a couple of misses by Einarson to pick up 2 and take the lead. Lauren Lenentine throwing the lead stones for Jennifer Jones out of the St. Vital and Altona Curling Clubs. Seeded number 5 this week here in this first ever PointsBet Invitational. Jones with a couple in 4 to take a 3-2 lead as we welcome you back. And here in 5 it will be Kerri Einarson. From Gimli in this all-Manitoba semifinal that has Last Rock playing the Redstones. The winner will pick up $12,000 advance to the final coming up tomorrow. That is worth $24,000, and 4 straight wins here will earn you $50,000 in Fredericton.
Well, lemons into lemonade. That's probably the worst end Team Jones has played, and Jennifer made the nice come around, got the gift from Kerri, and got the nice deuce. That's a big 2 points.
Small tap. Just like really small.
It's huge, but the paths down the center line, Russ, gave Kerri Einarson a bit of trouble. And in the sheet that I'm watching next door with Laws and Scheidegger this morning, same kind of thing. Just lots of rocks getting to that center line and stopping way quicker than teams expect.
Well, it's been slowing down before, but not that early, is it?
There's that fine line on the edge, too, when you let it go, which path you get into.
Yeah, it can make you look silly.
Hard. Yeah. Hard. Reeler.
Mackenzie Zacharias.
Hard. You gotta go. Okay.
Canadian World Junior Champion.
Go big, Car. Go. Whoa. Good. My fault.
As yourself. Yours back in 2005.
Yeah.
Theirs was just a couple of years ago.
It's been a little while.
It's been a little while. All right, let's update the game you've been watching, Laws and Scheidegger.
Well, that redstone right on the button is Caitlin Laws' final in some trouble. Unfortunately, on the other side for Caitlin is a stone that Christy Moore is trying to come off and make the double for 4.
This has really been impressive that Christy would be able to step in here, roll it over, and for the single.
Yes, won't make the 4, but was close.
Yeah, very close. For her to just step in, Andrea, and take over this team. I mean, she's a wonderful player in her own right. We've talked about the fact that, she's played a couple of times, won a couple of championships with Heather Nedouin back in the day, and then, of course, playing with Scheidegger, and now skipping her own team and coming back to fill in here for Casey Scheidegger.
Yeah, she's done a very great job this week, and I know she's playing with one of her former teammates, I guess.
Drew the 4-foot in a real slow spot to win the one game.
It's okay. Okay, never mind. It's fine. It's just the 2.
Doesn't seem to be too worried about the skipping a new team.
No, I think you're fine.
Gotta guard this up now. I thought they might just hit it. It's at 4, but there's nothing wrong with this either. That freeze in there is going to be tough to get at for Einarson.
I think Jones sees a couple of opportunities at that perhaps later.
So
Ideal, split center.
To do what? What's she going to do? What are you saying when she's seeing something? What is it that she's seeing?
I mean, just time in the end right now that she's putting up the guard, waiting for a later opportunity to perhaps remove the red.
Okay, Matt, good.
Sometimes it's almost a stall tactic, isn't it? Just to keep the other team busy with those guards.
Exactly, and I think just, less opportunity for the other team, less shots, the longer you leave it to get something going.
Kathy, in a case like this, if you're Einarson, do you even get rid of your own red or try and move it back to get some space to get in another stone?
No, you never want to make the shot for your opponent. She wants Jennifer to have to make a big one. And in the meantime, we'll just remove as many yellow stones as she can.
Very nice.
All right, Car. Speed's good here. It's really nice here.
It's really nice to have Andrea Kelly joining us for a couple of ends. You've made a change to your lineup, adding another former champion, junior champion in Jill Brothers, replacing a Jill. You had to get a Jill, did you?
Exact same initials, yeah, actually.
Exactly. Easier on the line calls.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have to get used to any new names. She's been a fantastic addition to our team. She's just so positive and she's so driven, and she fits in so well. She's the same mentality as the rest of us and wants to work really hard at the goals that we have. So she's contributing very well to the team.
That one to that one, I think, yeah.
So this is what we were talking about in Thunder Bay, and how you, in fact, got there into the championship round and the wins over Galusha. Losing to McCarville in that 1-2 game, and then, of course, the semifinal loss to Einarson. But it was a bronze medal for you and the team from the Capital Winter Club right here in Fredericton. And now trying to take that next step, realizing that if you're going to get better, it's too easy to say, I know, but you have to play a little bit more, have to go out and throw rocks at others, and just to get better.
Absolutely. We worked a lot this summer, even just identifying the things that we need to do to be at the top level that we weren't doing, and also just looking more at some data to really identify the things we need to work on and making a plan for it. So we're starting to do that, and we're working on a few things there in our first game too, and accepting that when you plan to do that, your performance isn't always going to be the best. So you have to just understand the process ahead, I guess, to get better and have patience.
So Jones sitting the 2, but without last rock as we play here in 5.
Maybe just kick that other yellow into the open.
You ever notice that one?
How are they sitting? Do we want to look at it, maybe?
Like this one's a tad bit higher.
Oh.
You might be able to hit that top yellow either onto the shot rock or clip your own onto the side yellow.
Okay, you got it.
He's going to come around, tap it instead. The amount of shots we've watched Val throw this week, her weight control on this type of shot's been absolutely spot on.
Hack. Weight's good. Hack. Yep.
Nice weight for this shot. You don't want to move too much around.
Whoa.
Down.
Whoa.
Weight's close.
Please.
Yep.
Whoa.
Stay close.
Curl. Yep.
Nice, Val.
And we'll leave it right there.
11 times.
Okay. Oh, it was up. Sorry. Not bad. Yeah, that's all right, Val.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I'll probably throw a 10.
Okay, looks good.
So Jennifer Jones makes her way down for her first as we play Skip Stones, coming off the 4th, where she got a couple, and it was the first really that set it up for her.
Well, lemons into lemonade again, Vic. That end was not going well at all, and Carrie Einarson missed a really nice opportunity to block off this port. Jennifer took full advantage of it, as she usually does. A little deep, but it's buried number 1, managed to get shot rock wide open hit for 2 because of it.
Tee shot brought to you by OK Tire. It's going to be okay. And it was okay for a couple. And a 3-2 lead as we play now here in 5.
No, whoa. Okay.
Jones will leave it right there.
Okay.
Does it catch it, even if we hit it thinner? Thin.
Yeah.
Don't think the double's
like
there.
that.
The red might be in the
A
way.
little bit low.
Yeah.
I thought it was rolling at the hog line.
Me too.
Sure.
Time.
Oh, they're calling time.
So teams given 2 90-second timeouts, and Einarson electing to take her first.
Might not have room
line
under
this
the
up
red.
for her, though.
Maybe. Oh, that might be what they're looking at.
If you throw the in-turn, you'll get a lower kick, which might get it by the
Thinking
red,
it
but
might
I'm
not
not sure there's enough
right
room there.
red. I think it goes under. I think it goes under. I think it'll go under the
I
red.
just wonder if she makes that double, she leaves one right back the way they'll be lined up.
On from the half.
It's tough to be shot playing that.
Yeah.
Playing the double?
Yeah, like it's, I don't know if it is maybe just there.
It's maybe.
The only thing is that, like, I'm good with playing the hit and roll at the 4. Play the hit and roll at the 4. She has to play the yellow, red, red,
Or she
and
might just tap.
but that's fine. That brings 3 or 4 into play.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, Kerr?
The only other shot is to play hack and just kind of go edge on edge.
Like,
Yeah,
like
that's
here.
a pretty good shot too.
But then I think she just hammers this. Or
Yeah,
she
but then
sets one all the way around.
the red jams.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
red gems here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think
She
she might
might
go
suck one
around.
all the way around too. Though.
Yeah, which that's fine. That also brings 3 into play.
Yeah,
but-
just 2 shots,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm good with
What do
2
you like
shots.
better, Kerr?
I don't mind the hit and roll or just like hit and roll
Yeah,
over.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Just
Try to
make
line
sure
it up
they're
so
off.
that the reds jam.
Yeah.
I think so. Just
So you're like
You like-
2/3,
I like that
2/3
fact
under
that
your
we're
red.
Both ways to get there, but Reedy's saying let's do it this way, and then it's kind of a raised double for Jennifer. If she doesn't make it properly, you could score a big end. I like what he's saying.
And I like how definitive he is when he comes out. He kind of took that double out of the mix and saying it maybe is there, but it's marginal, and if you don't make it, so let's narrow it down to 2 shots. You pick, and here's what I would do.
That's the teacher in him, isn't
It is. You can just hear it in his voice.
roll under. Okay. You got it.
Do you like this this call, Andrea?
Yeah, I think it gives her a few more options as to where she rolls, as long as she's not nose under the yellow on the other side of center there.
Do you
Wait, good, Mom.
like this idea? I mean, she's come on down there, I think, with maybe another idea.
Yep.
Listening to the coach now and playing this hit and roll inside. Are you comfortable as players listening to a coach, or do you prefer to make those decisions on your own? You may have to make the shot, of course.
Hard
but-
back. Keep going.
Yeah, I
keep
think it all
going, keep
depends how
going.
you go into that timeout. But I mean, Reed does a really great job at explaining everything and giving all the options. And ultimately, it's the team's decision or the person throwing the skip's decision what they're going to play, what they're most comfortable with. But
Yikes.
That's 3 shots in a row she's missed now.
Yeah. That looked like she tried to make that curl out of her hand. Boy.
Yeah, I think she's playing.
similar throw maybe to what she had on the intern come around last end.
That's really good.
That or this. I guess she goes on the side of it.
Yeah,
think
you
she's a
can't go
catcher
there.
then.
You either have here,
Yeah.
and then maybe it gets in the way of that guy. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really
She
good.
can hit and roll.
It's pretty
Then she
hard
has
to
to
get
come
low
over.
off this.
She almost
This is
has to throw
perfect.
that.
Yeah, I mean, we can play for this and we can tight ice it too.
Yeah, I just don't want to chip open.
Yeah. Because the weight's pretty
I think we just go here, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah,
And
I
make her
think
get
it's the
low off
easiest
that?
shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Or play the out turn draw. Yeah.
What? Yeah, yeah.
No.
I like
Yeah,
this.
I like this.
Yeah.
There.
I think it's good
So-
speed.
That's a little bit more. than we
Andrea,
had,
and
but I think it's-
seeing this, maybe it goes back to what we were talking about ice.
I don't know. That ice.
If she's going to play the intern and leave it high and sort of block that path, is Jones saying the out turn has not been played in a while, and go ahead, Carrie, you play it now.
Yeah, it sounds like that, and I think it's also a factor of Carrie just threw this shot. Let's take it away and make her play something else.
Yeah, if you're drawing against 4, you've got to go out, what, edge of 12 maybe? That would be scary.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jen.
I don't think she'd play it even.
Yeah, she might play something a little softer there in the middle.
Little soft. Keep it out a bit. Keep it out a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, line.
Hard line.
Where are you?
Hard.
Where? Top eight.
What do we got? Who's saying shot there, do you think?
I believe that it is the red stone that was the first stone thrown by Caitlin Laws, the draw.
Okay.
Christy tried to come the other way and block the path, but she was a little bit deep. So Caitlin's going back the exact same way that she did. If she can just touch that yellow stone back, it's for 2.
After the Scheidegger team picked up a single in the 4th.
Wait. Back 12. Wait's good.
Jennifer let Carey off the hook there,
Right.
boy.
Yeah, you keep that out and take this away, right? You just leave it high and saying thank you very much.
Close, Kristen. You're really close.
McCush on the brush there. Tap it back. Move it far enough. Lovely. For 2 more. As Laws looks very good. Just enough weight again, we say so often, to do the job. Final stone now. Carey Einarson. 1, 2, 3, and facing minimum of 3. Burchard.
Anything?
Oh, and not enough. It'll be a steal of 1. Jones with the steal, the first team to steal against the 3-time Canadian champion.
The 2022 PointsBet Invitational is brought to you in part by Home Hardware. Here's how. By Scotty's Facial Tissues, the tissue for any issue. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
With their new coach, Glenn Howard has to be happy what he's seen so far with Jennifer Jones and the team from St. Vital and Altona Curling Clubs. As we check the numbers after 5, and as we said, Kathy, first team in this event to actually steal an end, and they do against Einarson. They're up 4-2.
Well, there have been some struggles on both teams with precision. I would say that the advantage in teams goes to Einarson, but look at those skip numbers. The difference has been that in the last 2 ends, Carey has struggled to put the broom in the right spot and make the shots, and not so much for Jennifer.
On a day when the Maritimes, the Atlantic provinces, have been buffeted by Fiona, we also received some very sad news today, as the curling community has lost Jamie Brandon, representing New Brunswick, played in multiple Briers, several with Mike Kennedy, and more recently with James Grattan. Bratton leaving behind his wife Leslie, daughter Julie, and son Alex. Our sympathy to the entire Brandon family. Jamie was 47. And it's nice. Things have, in fact, settled down. Weather is clearing. Hurricane warnings are over for places, and rainfall warnings for places like Halifax and surrounding area. We know that Prince Edward Island, we've been told by some, has been hit. Lots of power outages there. So, again, wish everyone well. Take care as we welcome you back to Fredericton on this Saturday morning. And Willie O'Ree Place and this PointsBet Invitational. Our featured game, first semifinal, is Jones against Einarson. Meanwhile, Laws is playing Scheidegger. Kathy keeping her eye on that. We go to the 6th after that steal in the 5th. And once again, it'll be Carey Einarson with last rock, down by a couple. And she has the hammer, has the last stone playing the Red Rocks.
And I'd be really interested, Vic, in having heard the conversation with Reed and the team, carrying the last 4 throws, just not coming out really crisp at the broom and throwing it. It's almost like she's questioning if the broom is in the right spot. And when that starts to happen, it feeds through your delivery, and it's just a little bit soft. And it caught her on the first two, and then that last one just threw it a little bit too crisp, I think, with the weight, and it just didn't finish.
So we're joined also for this, the sixth, by Andrea Kelly, coming off that bronze medal in the Scotties in Thunder Bay back in February. It's a very small, close community. Your thoughts on Jamie Brandt?
Yeah, what tragic news for us all to hear here, New Brunswick and in the curling community, I guess, at large. But Jamie was, you know, such a great face around the club, such a great curler, a friend to many. So it's very sad news.
How hard do you go now if you are Carrie Einarson, Andrea, to get two back immediately, or will you chip away, as we've often said? You know, we'll try and get two, or get one, hold them, then we'll keep going. Do you go all out here, or do you pick your spots?
Yeah, I mean, I think you try to go hard. It's a balance, because I'm sure you're feeling a little bit of the pressure of what's happened the last two ends, the way they've unfolded and finished for them. But you still got to keep in mind that you're only in the sixth end, and it is about chipping away at this point, focusing on this end and trying to get the deuce.
You don't like just coming around the corner again?
Yeah, I think they have to play
We
it.
just-
They have to
we might not be second.
Either deal with the center or
We
replace
won't
the
be
guard.
second. It'll be close.
I think,
We're just grouping ours, though.
I know. Do we ever play down to that one in the house?
What do you like?
And just
Starlight,
stick
we come wide this way. Wide
Yeah, I don't
around her,
mind
don't
that.
mind the hit and roll. Either one.
Pretty tempting to go around the center, I think, now. Andrea, I guess the two yellows can be raised, but what else do you do?
Yeah, I think that's the case right now. It seems like that's the only shot available. Best shot for sure.
Squeeze close. Mine's good. Just back four right now.
Shannon Burchard.
Sword's really sliding here.
We play the second stones.
The old dreaded fifth end mop, I think, gets.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm sorry, but why do teams get caught on that, Andrea? You know it. You just do. Is it just something you forget? It happens so often.
It does happen often. Yeah, I think it's just a combination of things. You're just trying to throw the weight that you've discussed all along, and probably don't discuss enough about the changes after coming back from fifth end.
I wonder, Kathy, if that has to be somebody's responsibility.
It can be. I think that once you get into an event like the Scotties or the Brier, where it's day after day, it becomes just second thought. But this is the beginning of the year, and it's something that's probably just not a conscious thought. So you could appoint somebody to remind people for sure.
Hey, listen, front ends don't have enough to do, so.
Hey,
fine.
hey.
Hey.
That's yellow, yellow, yellow. Maybe even yellow.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. No.
No.
Floating. Whoa.
Ah, try.
I'm not sure. What would you like, Andrea? We'll get you something here.
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
No,
Some more.
really?
Yeah.
Not too early for a slushie?
We've got popcorn in the budget, Vic.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks.
You want it? Hold it out. Line only. Whoa, Mac. Whoa, Mac. Whoa. Stop. Sorry.
Carly Burgess.
Clean it, Mac.
That happens a lot.
Gotta stop.
Jennifer's yelling, whoa, they thought it was go.
Good. Nice car.
Well, again, learning, right? She's picking up this new team.
We might be able to get all three, potentially. It's a little scary. Yeah, but what do we have to lose at this point?
I love this
Only
call.
have a sliver, yeah.
Doubles there too, but you could hit that top one with soft weight, roll behind the corner, and then you've got three red ones in there. At the end of the day, though, the center could be problematic, so I'm going to try to get Val to make the double, but it's only rewarding if you make the double.
Bouchard late. 1-2, get him, and look at that. How quickly that changes, opening up the center line. Although now you've got a couple of corners there, and maybe, Andrew, you've got some problems with a possible draw path.
Yeah, that's the problem, eh? You make one double peel on those fronts, and now Jennifer's having to play around these corners and play with them. So
yeah, now it's a hitting contest. That red one at the back too.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Looks heavy. Just a little. Whoa. Back.
Slided by. Now how thin, and it will hang around. Finally stopping back edge of the 8. So we've got one team out here that remained the same in a very busy offseason. That's Einarson. You had to make one change. Were you watching all the different Twitter feeds and the like, and watching and going, my goodness, Dave John, how much attention did you pay?
Not a ton. I mean, we expected a lot of changes, but it was interesting to see. And, you still probably expect that there could be some yet. People are just trying things out and figuring out. There's 4 years ahead of us, but interesting to see the new combinations.
Yeah, that's likely. I mean, we know that. Gets one, gets two, leaves the shooter top. So suddenly it turns around, and Einarson sitting the 1. And I know it's not a fair question, but you don't need to name anybody in particular. But are there some combinations that surprised you? And you don't have to necessarily pick, because I'm sure there are. But
what are you setting me up for, Vic?
No, nothing at all. But when you've seen some of the teams, are there some surprising combinations to you? You don't have to even name names.
Yeah, no, I would say yes, for sure. There are. I think everybody probably would say that. Everybody would have a different opinion on different combinations, but
personalities and the like, right? And abilities and that kind of thing. Is that
exactly? And some who just want to change positions and just feel the need to change things up. So be interesting to see how things go.
Yeah. No, we're the same. We watch it too from our point of view. There we go. Really? Okay. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, and in terms of like changing positions, we've had that even within our own team. We have another skip that's decided to play down and join a team just because we have the same goals and we want to work the same and do all the same things. So she's stepping down to second.
Yeah, and in fact, as we watch Jones and her first, and enough to push it through. Yes, so sitting 2 now is Jones without last rock, but Kathy will. We talked with Jill, remember, prior to the game, and Jill was saying that she has to find her place within the team.
What do you guys like?
But in setting and talking to her prior to the season, you said, "Look, make it known," and she said, "Okay, I'll watch my P's and Q's, as it were, but if I feel something, she's going to make it known to you."
I mean, I guess
she'll come to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just us figuring out the right way to do that. That works for me, that works for the rest of the team. So that'll come with time, but we're all respectful of that.
If we try that, you just whack it and maybe get a blank out of the end.
True.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you.
I think it should scoot if you hit it right. You kill all 3 if you hit it right.
I see jam as well.
I see jam and loose shooter.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to bring that red one at the back, and it's not going to happen. Maybe just tap it back, create a bit of a wall.
Like
He should be able to maybe tap it here on the right side as we're looking, set up a little yellow wall. That might get your deuce that way. I don't think, Andrew, do you think you could make the yellow double and save the red?
It looks pretty tough to me too, yeah.
Will it be hard for us to get rid of hers after, though? That's all I'm thinking.
It might, and she's gonna be full 4, and our draw is gonna be tougher with that.
Yeah.
We'd have to play the nose hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you get there? Which turn are you taking? The intern?
Intern, yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
This is just too tough. Yes, you can do that. The yellow's going to go over there. If you're really fortunate, you're going to lose your own. You're really fortunate you get that out. But if you don't, you're going to be forced. So why not get forced to 2? Just come down here, tap that back, maybe dead on or slightly on the inside, kick that yellow one back just into this type of area. then Jennifer's got a very difficult final shot with no risk.
Didn't I hear, Andrew, somebody, I think it may have been Shannon, just said, look, if we throw big weight at this, and we may be able to get out of it with a blank. Is that another option here or not?
Yeah, I think I agree with Val. They're worried about just a straight jam. And then you're forced. So you might as well go for a shot that possible get you two.
That's close care.
Liked it out of her hand. That's close care.
It's really good.
Back line, back line. Clean.
Back line, clean. It's really good.
Back line.
Yep.
Whoa.
Back line.
Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Clean, yep.
Back line.
Yep.
Hard. Clean.
Hard for line.
Great. Good call, Val.
Good.
Nice carry.
We were talking so much about,
Perfect weight.
and I'm sure you appreciate this front end and how they communicate. You know, there was Brianne Harris just keeping her head down, brushing, and there was Burchard saying, "Look, it's back line. It's communicating. This team is as good as any men or women's game in communication front end."
Oh, it's admirable. They really have their roles figured out, and they do a really great job at that. That's something that we're working really hard on ourselves and identifying what we need to communicate and who's responsible for it.
A little bit higher, yeah.
Jennifer Jones, her last, leads by a couple. Einarson with the hammer.
Jennifer can actually get both reds here.
Wow, right out of her hands. Oh, you heard the call. Get on it right away. Stay with it. Watch out the jam. Stuffed it and is going to get away with it.
That's okay. Yeah.
Good shot. A little panic there, but it's still a good shot. That's really what they wanted. They ended up with a double at the back, but the main thing was kill that red.
Just a hair. Yeah. Easy to blank. Hair snug, hey?
If Carey's had curled a little less and kicked that yellow Jones rock over the wall, would have been impossible to remove the red.
So if you're Einarson right now and you can make this double, are you happy with that? Not get forced to a blank here or getting a blank?
You got it.
You think?
Yeah, I think she's down two, so carry the hammer to the next end and
chip away.
Try to get her deuce, yep.
Right at it. Like
A little careful here not to hit the top one really thin on the center line side. You won't make the back one go anywhere.
clean. Whoa. Clean.
Yep. Clean.
Yep. Whoa. Shooter.
Got them
That's
both.
good. Good try.
No, just hits it too full. One it is. Einarson will be forced to take a single. So it's 4-3. Jones leading. We thank you very much for joining us for 3 ends, Andrea. Good luck for the rest of the season and the playoffs, and we'll hopefully see you at the Scotties come February.
That's great. Thanks very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Andrea.
We're in Fredericton at Willie O'Ree Place for this, the very first PointsBet Invitational. On this Saturday morning, we started on Wednesday with 16 teams, men's and women's, and now down to the final 4. And the 3-time Canadian champion, Kerri Einarson, missing the double to blank and takes her single. And so it is Team Jones with the lead and the last rock. As we pick up play here in 7, she'll have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
That's the difference, is Kerri Einarson really as good as she was in the first 2 games. 71% compared to Jennifer at 90. The rest of the teams doing as well or better than Team Jones, but Skipper, for whatever reasons, had a couple of uncharacteristic shots in the middle of the game here.
Well, it was Kathy, with those 2 draws, remember?
Yes.
They missed those. What do you think it is? Is it something just having an off day?
I think that maybe on one of her first ones was not convinced that maybe the broom was in the right place, and she threw it soft. And when you throw it soft near the center here, it grabbed and died, and then it starts to really mess with your feel. And I think that that's what happened on the second. And then this is a confidence game, especially as a last rock thrower. And I think that was part of the issue.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're dead on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked to all the players, and we've watched all the games. You get the broom where Jennifer's got it now, it glides beautifully. You get it in about 4 inches tighter, and later in the game, it can really slow down. We've watched those draw to the buttons. That happen time and time again. And it's tough to be confident. If you know the spot, you're going to make it. But if you don't know the spot, there's that doubt.
Fully off, Lauren. Off. Fully. Come off. No. Oh, yeah, go by it. Yep, straight. Really hard. Hard!
Well, it's interesting when we say this all Manitoba championship or semi-final. When you look at the number of top teams that have come out of Manitoba, not just now, but for years and years and years.
Well, and this is just reflective of provincial Scotties wins. So Jennifer has 8. She was sent a 9th time during the pandemic when Manitoba appointed a team, and no surprise that they would send Jennifer. And then, of course, you've got Mackenzie, who is the reigning Manitoba champion. And when you merge the team that used to win all the time with the team that just won, it's that combination of youth, ability, experience that makes this Jones team somebody worth watching.
Run it back into the pile and then lays it right on the corner. And I'll take a little bit further. There are the importance of the game to the people of Manitoba.
It's huge.
Is reflected in Curling Manitoba, the people who run the sport. And look, I've been very, very fortunate to be around this for a while. I think about Connie Laliberty and taking some of her ideas from the Winter Club and then applying it to Curling Manitoba. And now some other associations are starting to emulate what, in fact, Manitoba has done for a long time. And I think in Saskatchewan, your daughter, for example, now may have picked up some of those things and some ideas from the success of a province like Manitoba.
Keep going. Okay. It's not bad. That's pretty good. No? You might as well hang out. Okay.
Yeah, there's no question about it. The depth and
Can you get to the nose of our
on
red
the
and
women's
just
side,
sit
well,
there?
men's too in Manitoba. It's been the dominant province for so long. Alberta's right there now, certainly in the men's side.
Yes, it's very dangerous.
But what I love to see, we talk all the time about who's coming up, who's going to replace Stout, who's going to replace this guy, who's going to replace Jennifer Jones. Look at this young team, the experience that Zachariah's team that's joined Jones has already at such a young age is unbelievable. And that's half the battle.
This one looks easier to kill too. We're still chasing, but it's that or play like a light,
Yeah. Unless you play like a bumper and just nut that here and roll to here, but I think this is our.
I think
that's not a very good
I think we kill what we can, or we play like a tap.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation, Kathy. It's if you could make the intern double, right, that rock there, but that just right. She said it for me. So you'd love to do something with that top yellow, but it's buried.
If we can risk it, doesn't like it.
No, timeout. I like this. I think they just have an auto double after we make this shot. Even if
This is going to require a little more discussions. Timeout again. So that's number 2. They use their timeouts now, Einarson.
We can sit on it now, and if we can rip the doubles on the next one, that's good.
Yeah, but I think that just corner. I don't like it. It's gonna.
Okay, if we play that out turn tap or Val's in-turn tap,
Yeah.
they have enough of that yellow that they come down and play the same tap on the in-turn side and we're dead.
Okay.
So I think we have to go at that double. Let's just make that double. Yeah.
Okay, and then let them play this, and
Yeah.
then we're
I
likely
think we have to. Yeah.
We could always play that hit and roll or go all the way around.
Can we just do this?
You could, but like
Still
that's
2 to
that's
1
not
over
it's
there.
not easy.
Yeah,
then
There's a lot of yellow.
Just go here and just like lightly tap it. How are they?
The only other shot I see is to play out turn with backline weight and get to the
Try and get to
7/8
this
of
one?
that one. Yes, that's the other shot. Can't do anything
And
with
kill
the red.
this one?
I
Just
don't
get
think
the
you
I
can
don't think
kill
I
it.
can
just
do
get it
that.
like moving so it's releases your stagger. So there's 2 shots. Get to the yellow, get to the 8, or play that 4-6 double, and just go at it. 2 shots.
What do you feel?
I like the double. My first thought was the double.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make
Let's
it.
make
Let's
it.
go.
Because we
Let's
still
go.
have time.
Right here?
Yep, you got it.
Just tap that in there somewhere.
Or this double on the
Yeah.
right there.
And the problem with the double, and it's certainly not wrong when you don't have last shot, but then this red doesn't have any backing, and it's open season for Jones.
But his concern too, is that if you don't get these in the right spot, you're looking at yellow onto red as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And in this way, you're just you're getting rid of a couple of yellows. Got to get it by the center guard first now. Harris got it by. Sure do. You're going to get them both? Yes, you do too. So listening to the coach, and it was interesting, Val wanted to play this particular shot.
Yes, she did. She saw that right away, and she was giving her opinion, maybe not as forcefully as maybe she could have. But I like the other call too.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is fairly simple to sit 2. You've got one buried, but it still gives Einarson lots of time to get in there.
Weight's good.
Whoa! Whoa! No. No, Mac.
10.5.
Hard, Mac. No, clean, straight, roll it. Hard on the roll. Hard. Whoa. Sit.
Oh,
Watch out now. Got to hang around.
Go.
And it'll spin too far.
Shot in the back.
And now there's that little biter at the back too here. Look at
that's
that.
right.
Look at that
Yeah,
one at
it's
the
kinda
back.
half.
Don't forget now, Einarson
Called it.
could sit 2. All right, let's update the other game. Laws against Scheidegger, and what's happening here?
Well, a huge opportunity for Christy Moore after Caitlin was trying to come in and freeze on her final stone, came well short as a guard. This is an angle run back for 4.
Taylor McDonald on the brush. Angle it back. Have you got the 4? Bang! Oh, and she'll roll away, and it ends up a steal of
close.
1 for Laws.
how close was that? Any more brushing?
Can we just go over here? Okay.
And all you can do is just smile and walk away. How close were you? Christy Moore. Oh, that close.
Line's good. It's gonna slide here. It's gonna slide here.
Back 8.
Max Rock, where are you?
Back 8.
Go back 12. He's gotta
Tick
stick
the guard
full
on
12.
that chance to sit 2. They're trying so hard to get around
hard,
and
Lauren.
leave it buried, but now
Hard, Lauren.
a simple opportunity for 2
Hard,
now
Lauren.
late in the end.
You gotta go faster. You gotta go deeper. Deeper. Go. Good call. Good. Throwing cards that bounce more than I thought. So we could hit roll to
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. 10?
Yep, you got it.
See Val look behind her there. That's the job of the broom holder here, to figure out all the plans. And want to roll behind the corner.
You got it. 10? Roll your way.
For sure.
Could roll the other way. They're not going to, but they could roll to the right and be in front of that yellow.
Trailing by 1.
10.
Carrie Anderson's first.
Yep.
Here in 7.
Yep.
Harris.
Lots of weight.
Yeah, I was.
Burchard. And now that roll, and boy, just not on her game.
Not at all, Vic. It's as well as she played, too. It's a shock. The first 2 games is just impeccable.
All right. A little big?
Just a little big. Yeah. Just a pinch, but.
It should still curl up in that spot. Everything's been kind of curling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
The thing you have to remember as a line caller, or skip in this case, is you visualize, you remember shots from 1-2 hours ago that maybe have curled, but how hard were they coming at you? Maybe it was like more of a board weight as opposed to the weight she just threw, and you can easily get the broom in the wrong spot.
I thought that was interesting, Kathy, that little conversation with Shannon Burchard. If I'm paraphrasing here, I thought I threw it well, and they said, yeah, and it should have come up. So rather than beat yourself up, well, that's one of my guests was saying is, how fine a line is it between you saying, I'm not throwing it properly, and that should have been my result?
Or was she looking for Shannon to say, you know, your weight was terrific, that says that the broom was in the right spot, or was that an opportunity for Shannon to say, but I thought you were up a little bit?
Oh, that's the honesty, right? And you want your front end to be honest, don't you?
You want everybody to be honest, because everybody's trying to make the shot, and if you do think that Carrie's overthrowing it and you tell her, well, then she throws a little bit less. That's how you make more shots.
We'll get a roll out.
Yeah. Deuce, force, deuce, we draw. So
Yeah. Going down 3 isn't the worst if we just
They were
need
going
to
to play the come around, but that lays the entire game on the line. If you don't make it, you give up 3 or 4 down playing 8. I think this is a much more patient call. There's a chance Team Jones can roll out too.
A little flop in.
Be shot rock here.
Nose, we should still be shot.
Just nose? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nine. 9.5.
Throwing just a 69% game at the moment is Carrie Einarson. And that is the low person on the ice. I'm going to leave it right there, and I don't think that's the shot. The shot is that one right up there. That's the one.
Another error.
Draw for a couple.
That's a good way to get it.
No, she just throws them dead. A little bit better.
Wait on it.
Oh, I got 13.6 on her other one.
Yeah.
Her other intern.
She's not giving it anything.
Throws them
Just
and
walked
then
like
just-
Yeah. We're shot. Okay. Just need to bite the 8.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I need to throw less in this path.
Yeah,
I
agree. I think that would have been backhouse.
Yeah.
Okay, Jen, you got it. They're good. Let's make this.
You heard her say, just bite the 8. For a couple more. Jones looking to take out the #1 seed coming in, the 3-time Canadian champion, Carrie Einarson.
Yikes.
Well, they just backed right away. Goodness.
13 and a bit. That should not stop.
So, talk about a big unforced error. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay.
That's 2.
Yeah.
That's 2 she's overthrown. And what a bullet did you just dodge, Carrie Einarson. And she knows it. 5-3. All right, let's just update you on what's going on right next door. Caitlin Laws against Christy Moore. We just showed you that run back attempt for 4 missed, gave up a steal of 1. Moore's last now as they play in 7.
Well, an opportunity for multiple points after the corner freeze by Caitlin Laws on her final over curled. She is now aiming at the shot stone, a chance to bring 3 into play.
Shot.
Bang, and right there. Wow. As they look around the edge, gets 3. What a nice bounce back to park that from the previous end. From the 4 sheets in play, starting on Wednesday, down now just to the 2. We're down to the final 4 of this PointsBet Invitational here in Fredericton. And boy, what a miss that is. When you think about it, Jones had a chance for 2 in the second as well. Missed it. And another one. So 2 points that she's given up. Could very well be 7-3, but it's 5-3 as we pickup play now in 8, and it is Carrie Einarson and the team from Gimli that does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstone.
And sometimes moments like that can light a spark under a team like Einarson, because as you said, Vic, they could be way down, but all of a sudden you've dodged another bullet. You didn't give up 2, you gave up 1, but you have to start to execute through the order.
Well, that's it too, right? I mean, if you're given those opportunities, and now it's your job as a team. Doesn't matter what sport it is. It's your job to make the best of it.
Yes!
Shannon Burchard.
Yes!
Harris.
That one.
Stuff. Oh, boy. Get the milk. It's time for a double stuff Oreo.
That's those runbacks are could be so close to perfect, and this disaster. The half an inch, a little higher. She gets at least 2 of them. Rolls farther away. A lot of work to do now down the center.
No. I like it. Yeah.
Line. No line's good.
A little higher than half.
Clean it. It's curling really early.
Really curling.
Oh, is it ever curling? They might have to get off this as soon as it's over the hog line.
Got to get it over, guys. Come on, Carly. Dig. Come on. Come on, Car. Go. Okay, you're good. Whoa.
And just over it is.
Really good to stay with that, Vic. It kind of hurts the outturn options for Team Einarson, so they've got to work hard to open up this intern side.
Curl.
Watch where this red one goes. It could go into the corner, red. Oh.
Drives it by the center guard. Still leaves Jones sitting the 1.
So quick here.
I think so, hey?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got cross speed, so I can get up.
Okay, yeah.
You throw 2 corner guards, you need a team that can make multiple double peels. The
Line's good.
Shannon Burchard just so good at that normally, but just missed both of them by hair. One a hair tight, one a hair wide.
Clean it.
Big trouble now.
It's grabbing. It needs to sit now.
Just keep them down.
Okay.
Parked in.
That's fine. Good.
Good.
I'm a little surprised you wouldn't play that kind of stone tighter. Or does it still do the same kind of job? You're just trying to keep them busy.
Yeah, as long as it was guarding, I think that tight guard, it keeps them busy. That's exactly it. So think it out here. Double peel needs to be made. Then there's another guard, so you need another double peel made before you can get down to a single guard. You're running out of rocks.
Yep.
Yes, hard.
Yes.
Val Sweeting.
Okay. That's good. Good throw.
Better.
Hit.
All right, go again, Car.
I got another one. She's
I
going to
still
draw
like the
eventually,
guard.
but
Yeah. Just seems like an easy run.
Guard. Yep.
Yeah. I like that speed. Yeah, me too. You got it. Oh. Oh, Jen, I like the guard.
Carrie calling Val down because you might see a change in gears here. Outturn come around possibly.
Well, do you risk if you're Einarson ignoring everything?
You might have to. They need 2 here.
even if I end up frozen, you have that slash, which is not ideal, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
think we're
doesn't,
gonna
then
have a
we're
better
gonna have a
chance.
deuce. Like, I mean, we could go here.
do you think if we guard, she's gonna peel again
No,
on Val's loss? No.
maybe she will. Okay, you like the guard, eh?
I think so. Like,
Okay.
Okay.
I think so.
For ice, I'm thinking like on this middle, a little more,
Even a
hair more.
no, I don't think more, because we want to be able to go in case we're on that one. It's probably going to be tight to those two.
Yeah.
Middle, or you're going to hair left? Oh, I guess we're staying high.
Yeah.
Jones won hers in 8, 9, and 10. And of course, Einarson 20, 21, and 22.
A little tighter on line. Weight's good. Tie. Okay, over and up. Stay down, Mac.
Stay down. Hard thing.
Over and up.
Go across. Sorry. It's okay.
Okay, well.
That's good. That's good. Nice spot. Good.
So now
I was scared it was gonna it's okay.
the game of chess. Do you ignore and come in?
I think I would. I really do. And you could do it this way, too. You could come down this way. Because this way, with the amount of curl you're going to get, that red guard over here is a problem, and so is that one.
Felt a little, felt close, felt heavy. T. Back 4, T. I thought
There
we
it
were
comes, yeah.
top 4.
Yeah.
Line only.
Top 4.
You don't have to go. Top 4. T. Line only.
Good.
T line back 4. It's carrying pretty well. It's carrying well. Back 4 still. Back 8. Hopefully it just dies. Die.
Okay. Work.
Good ball.
Oh dear, it did die as it just got into that path. Hangs on to the back edge of the
They just
4.
could have been clearer. You didn't have to sweep.
Good really, Val. Really good weight.
That was a tough shot. It was out in the good stuff a long time, and they just thought it might slow down sooner. It did not. And remember our key, Vic. Don't go behind the tee line against Jennifer Jones. She might be able to lock this one in here.
Okay. Are we trying to go to it or just
Make it good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Don't need to freeze here. A top button would be even better.
All right, Jen, you got it. Let's make it.
Hers did die in the house, so
Okay. We'll stay close.
Stay close.
Yeah.
Easy early.
Line's good.
Line's good. Top 4. Line's good. Yep.
Oh boy.
Tighter
Here
path.
they go. Gotta stay with this. It's coming up fast. Staying with it. Got it. Oh, I thought they had it by.
Whoa.
As it just that little rub. Likely wouldn't have gotten by the others.
Just that hair lighter. I think she was lighter and she wanted to be in
That
it.
would be good.
Just curled sooner, and then it's game over.
Less weight.
But isn't it? This is what you love about it, isn't it, Kathy? When you watch this, you think about Jones and Burgess before Burgess's lasted. What do you think? Well, we'll put the guard. You think she's going to feel? Well, yeah, she didn't. She goes in. Now Jones misses her come around, and suddenly you go from looking at being maybe giving up a steal to possibly getting deuce.
Well, it is a chess game. You're always trying to guess what your opponent will play. But then if Jennifer makes that draw, she's in great shape.
Yeah, they gave her a chance. Left the door open. That just was a fraction lighter than the previous shot, and it just curled early.
Now, how far out do you have to go to get here?
A long way out. Maybe a fresher spot, but as it curls, it'll still be in a quick stuff.
Top 4. Little bit. Top 4. Yep.
Ooh, that's curling early too.
Where are you at? Top 4. Top 8. Top 8. Just top 8. Top 12.
Just can't take enough ice there.
Yep. Fill up. Hard. Fill up. Go.
Don't line these up.
I'm just tapping on those. That one looked just a little not
Boy,
as
oh
positive
boy.
as the usual throws. Okay. Yeah.
She's just still having her issues. Terry
I think you
Einarson.
can just afford to throw more.
I like
you're
14.5
leaving
for
enough.
you.
It's just curling early.
And I feel like I'm throwing a positive, so I don't
drag this way at all.
That's close to being absolutely
think it should
perfect.
drag
I think
that
you're
much.
fine.
But you can also
I mean, I can throw the draw. I just think
play the
that
draw,
doesn't get
too.
almost anywhere.
Yeah.
For a good force. You'd be sitting too behind covered.
You just can't have it drag too much. But what do you like?
What weight would you play at this?
I don't think it,
10.
Like,
yeah.
okay.
I don't think it.
I think they're far enough. They're not going to drag. We just have to try and get close to nose.
Much, yeah. I think they're, yeah. I mean, this is a complete guess, you guys.
Yeah, and
I like this. If you like this,
yeah.
I like this a lot.
Let's play it. Let's make it. Yeah, let's make it. Let's go.
There's why Carrie missed her shot. It's a complete guess. They just had to go a little wider. She just didn't throw that extra weight to keep out in the good stuff long enough, and the way it went. Now they're talking about the drag, and what that means is if you hit it on this side, when rocks are close enough together, this will go more this way than the way you think it will. But there's quite a bit of separation here. You get to about 5.5 inches, and there's less than that here. There will be zero drag. So there's going to be some here, and Jennifer's right. If this does alter the intended line enough, the one she's raising will miss the shot rock.
And obviously not the kind of game we've seen from a three-time champion in Carrie Einarson. Player numbers brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. Oh boy. Let's go over and check in on Laws and Scheidegger after Christy Moore and the Scheidegger team had picked up 3.
Well, a chance for 3 back, but it's a tough one. That yellow stone just thrown by Christy Moore on her final. It is buried behind those 2 guards. This is a weight shot. Needs to tap it back about 7 or 8 inches.
Okay, by the same token, we've seen on our sheet going out this wide present some problems.
Good. Back line. Hard,
Kristen
Kristen.
McCush.
Hard, little more. Hard, push.
If you can bring this down and get to it.
Go, 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 go. Hard on yellow, fast, hard on yellow.
Stay on that yellow, move it. Oh, and it won't go. And it will be a steal of 1, and they're all tied at 6. Just didn't come over with the added weight. Einarson. Oh, and she's going to kill her own on the way through.
Too much weight.
Sorry. Running right there. Yeah, right there. Right.
Well, they keep trading the chances back and forth, don't they? We welcome you back to Fredericton, PointsBet Invitational. Einarson had a chance for a couple. Previous end, Jones had a chance for a couple, missing both. So 5-4 as we go to 9, and Jones once again will have last rock playing the Yellowstones. It's one of those where you go to the dressing room afterwards. I'm thinking, Kathy, and you go, what if we would have gotten that one? And what if we would have gotten that one? Should you lose it?
Some days this game is so easy, and some days it is just so tough. And when it's tough, you just don't seem to get a feel. And I would say that is the case a little bit for this Einarson team. We saw the numbers earlier. You know, Brianne was out shooting Lauren by about 20%. So that should say that you're set up really well. But through the order, it's been a bit of a struggle. And I think particularly Carrie just overthrowing a lot of her hits for us.
Yeah, no question. And you can tell by the brushing call, it's sweep it early, sweep it, and then they go, oh, it's not curling. Just more weight than she normally would throw, and it's fooling Val, I think, on the line calls.
And then Jones, too. I mean,
Yep.
Suddenly you end up throwing it to the bumper when you should be mostly hitting 8 foot. Like that, gosh, that last one was hit 8 foot. Just bite the 8.
There's definitely paths on this ice. I'm watching it on sheet B as well, that you get outside, it runs, you get inside, it goes dead fast.
Well, look at this last come around for Jones. It's way light, and it's actually going to hurt them. It's a guard for the opposition here.
Well, that's a great scrub. That really is a good brush by Harris and Sweeting to get it in behind. And they are the shot rock.
Great sweep.
It's the type of surface where the stopwatches can really hurt you too. You know, you just get that little bit outside the path, and it's not even close to what you're expecting on the watch.
Or I'm splitting 14. If you and I went out there and threw a 14, we'd never get it near the house.
That's
it's
right.
just it times quicker than it is. And I heard Brianne just say to Carrie, it is not at all as it once was. So then that puts more doubt in Carrie's mind because she struggled with draw weight and her team saying it's different than it was. And she's like, I don't even know what it was.
Deep.
Slips hot.
Yeah. Halfway, it's dying.
It's got to die.
It's dying like crazy. It's just
got
a
to.
1,
It's
2.
got to.
2
Like,
feet.
it's
1, 2.
Val, if anything. Val a bit. Line them up. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
They yelled 2 on that, and it's not even close. We'll have to keep an eye on it. This game goes along. Red-yellow double would be ideal here for Mackenzie.
Yep.
Mackenzie Zacharias.
No. Okay, roll it. Okay. Sorry, Matt. My fault.
The apology for what reason?
Just brushing too soon.
Okay.
She yelled sweep, and I'm pretty sure it didn't make too much of a difference, but they're trying to get a little more curl out of that thing. It's a split decision on appeal whether you should be brushing it or not.
The other thing to keep in mind here too is you notice that Val Sweeting was right in the hack and ready to go. They're just a little shy, maybe a 1 minute 40 seconds slower time than Jones, and they have used both their timeouts.
That's the key.
Good. Good. Really nice.
Just the one. Clean it. Good.
Weight's close. It's not true. It's running. Forward tight.
Fouls out, turn track a hair longer here.
Starting to die. Should stop on the logo, the far one. Oh no, dying more. This middle. Okay.
Good judgment.
Good job.
You get about half of this, Vic. The yellow could go back very, very close to removing the Einarson red. Could probably sit 2 here if you got it perfect.
No. Lauren, try. Try. You're close. Go.
Going to get them? Sure does.
Sit.
Touches them all.
Sit. Good.
Very, very nice shot. That's a end changer there.
Granted, but they sure had their doubts.
They come back?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So
We could force if we double instead.
maybe something in the release I'm hearing there.
Forcing that way. Just got to get a second shot here in front of theirs. Yeah, that's true. So
Now it's trickier still, Kath. Now you're going down the slow path into a quick path, and it's so easy to throw these heavy.
It is.
It feels slow to the curler as you slide out because it's a little flatter underfoot, but to the corners it's always faster.
Splitting the rings.
Yeah.
Okay. Line's going. Top stand is right.
Jones with last rock as we play here in 9.
Back 14.
Mine only. Back one.
Yes, line.
Mine only.
Yes, line. We're tapping.
Mine only.
Mine only. We'll tap. Okay, go.
Well, how nice is that? Considering her issues, what a wonderful draw that is.
I made a draw.
There you go.
Nice weight, that girl.
Good for her.
Mine only.
The yelled top forward of her hand. That slid a long way.
she trying to do? Thank you, Ken. Jen, they're good.
What's the play?
Tries to follow that right in.
Okay.
I think, or are they? No, sorry. I'm not sure. She might be hitting it with that ice. I'm not sure.
Hit and roll over.
Yeah, she's hitting it. Sorry. She's going to back it up a bit.
Hard!
Yeah, won that Saville event in Edmonton with a win over Team Holman. And to it. Oh, my goodness. What a shot, Jennifer Jones. Just to come over and push it off the face.
Negative ice there, just shoved it out, which is, she knows that's her tendency with that big weight, and just made no mistake. Fantastic shot.
And you know, Kathy, looking at this, where this yellow stops, it's a pocket, right? And she's not happy about that, but you've just made a wonderful shot.
Well, you have made a wonderful shot. Yes, you've created a pocket, but if Carrie Einarson isn't perfect, there's 4 on the board.
You win the game with that one if this isn't good. Even if it's pretty good, there's a short run back.
Okay, same weight. Similar. T line. T back 4. T, we gotta be to this. T, we're T. Little less than last one. Wanna go soon? Yeah, you can go. Line's good.
Want to go. And here they do. Brianne Harris, Shannon Burchard. Really in a bit of a saver here, a game saver possibly for Carrie Einarson. Trying to lock it in.
Gotta go.
And right down to the corner. So how do you deal with that as we go over with what a comeback for Scheidegger. A 3, a steal, a 1, and sitting 2 more as Laws gets ready to play her last.
Well, you can see those 3 that she's facing. She made a run back on her first and just grazed the Yellowstone belonging to Scheidegger's team, and that allowed Christie to draw in for the 3rd point. You can see 3/4 of this stone from the hack.
Boy, it is a big one here. Look at McCush staying with it all the way. Here comes that guard. Stay with that. Goal. She caught it by. And rolls inside for the single.
Great brushing.
Like just half. Just killed it. Yeah.
7-6 there. Remember now they tie after 10. There is no extra and it's a draw to the button.
Bullet weight double to win this game, basically. It's flat. So Jennifer's gonna,
yeah,
I think, with that ice throw the out turn to get a little more rotation. Yep. Hit 3/4 with Peel Wade. It's there for a potential 4.
To take out the #1 seed. The 3-time reigning Canadian champion has a chance for 4. Jones. Jones. Lenentine. Now Lenentine's got her. Here we go. Have you got the 4? Come across. Kick it. Far enough. Oh no! It'll hang around. And it'll be a steal of 1. Einarson.
So close.
So close. And now we're tied at 5, and Jones will have the last rock coming home. The points given away earlier may end up being the difference. So here we go to the 10th in a 5-5 tie. Jennifer Jones had the chance to end it right there, but she just hit it too full and couldn't kick the Einarson stone far enough. Steal of 1. And so here in this 10th, coming home, it'll be Jones with last rock. She has the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Definitely the right call, though, Vic. First of all, she almost made it to end the game, but by missing it, you could say, oh, you gave up a steal. Why didn't you just draw to go 2 up? Well, 2 up, Einarson gets her deuce, and now you're going to draw to the button, where your odds are 50-50. This way, she almost won the game by getting the 4. And now she's got a way better chance, not that I can predict a win, but a way better chance than 50-50 with Hammer coming home.
Oh no, we're coming down.
No, I mean, listen, the other thing is you're avoiding. The draw to the button isn't even a factor now, right?
No, true.
And if, but we have seen is if you have that hammer in the extra, that is a big benefit because you get to choose the turn. And we've seen the other teams without it have been forced to play parts of the ice that aren't, maybe very playable, and they've been caught.
And that could be a factor on sheet B, the other game that I'm watching. There's a 1-point difference, and the out turn coming home has not been used in a long time. And if it's tied, someone will have to throw there.
Right, and if you're right. So, and then just in that case, so right now it's a 1-point game. Scheidegger team is trailing. If they get the tie, then it would be Laws that has that advantage.
Exactly. Nice and high, Shannon.
Sneaking a peek over at her former teammate. No, Jones, hey, how's the protege doing over there?
These are the ones the brushers have to be really careful with the path.
Maybe a little deeper.
Once it takes the break, the brushing doesn't seem to carry it very far.
I'm feeling this, but yeah, I don't mind it. Do you like that? Yep. Yep. Do you have space to get like half rock? Yeah, just low. Okay. Peel.
Just a slight over curl on that guard. It smudged up as it came over the hog line. Now there's a double opportunity here for Mackenzie. She can throw it hard.
She can. This is one of the biggest adjustments that she's said is that when she's called the game in the past, she knows exactly where the rocks are. She knows what the shot will be, and it's impacted her pre-shot routine. It's now longer because she has to really think about the shot and reset instead of walking down the ice and knowing what it will be.
Well, there. Doesn't get them both.
I love that call, but
So now there's a little stagger here.
Sorry, Matt.
That's okay. I didn't love the throw either.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, took a risk by playing the double there for obvious reasons. Now they're all staggered, and whoever gets in there first has got a big advantage.
That intern path has been taken away by a corner guard.
Absolutely. That's a good point, Vic.
Kathy would say that's a great point. I'll go with a good point.
They got to keep this out to keep it alive.
Well, and one of the great points, if you didn't see the bottom of the screen, is that Einarson leads all in this field in terms of steals. And she's going to need to do that if they're going to advance.
So tied at 5 with the steal of 1 by Einarson. And it has been, those little mistakes by both skips. In particular, Jones unable twice to capitalize with last rock. And then, of course, missing that chance for 4. And you talked about Carly Burgess having to pick up her game against Val Sweeting. She's done that within 2. So the game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Do you like the guard first?
Replay this right now.
Yeah. Good throw, Car.
Could throw another guard. That yellow's pretty automatic to the button for Jones.
It is. That makes it tough for us.
Yeah.
You bury, and
Doesn't it?
I don't know where you put it that she can't go bang, bang.
Yeah, I think we got to be one more guard maybe. And then when we have to carry, just make sure it's over there. I think. Okay.
You could even bump them around a bit and try to take away that straight back. I like the guard here. Tight, maybe a tight guard, and let them play around with those rocks.
Tight, very tight.
Now this is wider than Val's, the previous guard they threw by Shannon. So this will be way faster here.
Keep going. Really gotta go. To our red. Small tap. Okay.
Come look at this, you guys.
Okay.
Time.
Sorry.
Still going.
Well, this is the first for Team
I'm seeing
Jones.
this.
Yeah, it was
But
my
I just,
first
you're
thought.
always probably going to touch ours. We might tap it up.
I don't think it's a bad thing if we touch
No,
ours.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, what does she
Yeah,
do?
there's no draw this way. There
It's
is no
really
draw.
hard.
Has
To
to
draw all the way around then, which is her
And
shot
who
no matter
knows?
what we do.
Does this open it up more though for Jen's last?
Or do I just hit it like high this side?
Just make those. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think it might touch the 4 first and
Yeah,
spin up
I think
to a
you're-
guard.
I think that at least we get this opened up. You think? Yeah.
I don't.
I throw it hard.
Yeah, it depends on how far. If this guy spins up, how far it goes, and where does this one go all the way out, or does it just go to like here?
See, this is definitely hitting. I think it's definitely hitting this 4.
You don't think it's going on the 5?
No, I think it's hitting the 4 too. Yeah, I think so.
It's definitely hitting the 4.
I think it's gonna rub it. Yeah. So like, if we play this, how are we playing it? Like, could we not play this? Does that? Yeah, like hit it thin and get this. Does that not make it all?
You're never going to get that. It's the 6. This
this
8's
guy's
in the
no
way.
way.
So, I mean, I don't mind this. I don't mind getting rid of this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't mind it
Then she
either.
has to make a really wide draw, and we have 2 in good spot. All right. Because this one's helping us, so it's just.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if we lose it, we lose it. So.
Yeah. I like this. The 3. Yep. Is that what you like?
Okay.
then?
Right here.
So outturn.
Yeah,
Do you think we? I guess you want to throw peel at this?
Yeah, and hit it like right here. I think peel.
Okay.
7/8.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's make
Go.
it.
We talked about Carly and the Keys having to play better, and we knew she could. 87% so far. And
Yeah.
this is her shot right here. Throw that bullet down the center line. Maybe
Okay, Car.
clean up some furniture here.
And there you see that Yellowstone out in front, that corner, as they referred to. There it is up on the right-hand side there. That takes away that kind of a draw.
Yes, it does.
So the final stone for Carly Burgess.
Hard! Gotta roll it. Whoa, roll it.
Thought that would hit. That's good, Car. That's good.
Is it?
Yes and no. It staggered the yellows, which is really bad because Jennifer can't raise them straight back. But because of that guard you talked
Thought that
about,
would touch it more.
Carrie
It's
Einarson
too
can't get
thin.
in there.
I got it.
If that guard wasn't there, you'd see Carrie go right to the button here now. I don't know whether they're, Kathy, you think they're angling that red one in or trying to hit and roll into?
I think we just sink it, hey?
They're trying to go through the hole between the red and the yellows and
Just not sure.
get
there's-
right in there.
Not sure there's a big enough port.
Let's get it there. Got it.
14-4, 14.
I think it was 8 or 6. They did this very same thing, and it ran for a long time and then warped. So if she can get the break late enough.
Well, even if she has to chisel off it and roll in, right? That's stone top 8.
Or high side it, roll it over.
Yeah.
Okay, we're there.
Not sure which one they're playing.
Back four, back four. Hard line.
It's curling early.
Back four. Hard line. Hard.
Hard line. Go, go, go.
Hard line. Go, go, go.
Keep going.
Are you through?
We're not through.
We're in the front anyway.
Not through.
Yep. Yep. Hook those. Yep.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Boy, oh boy.
Okay. Weight was close, Carrie. Probably just back 4, but still really good.
It looked like it grabbed right away.
Yeah, that
you want
curled
a temp figure
immediately.
off?
She looked at
I-
right
or we
behind
can
it. Looked
deal
like she
with
threw
that
it great and it was gone.
It's okay. Really clean off.
Do that, or you try to just like
Even
throw
if you
peel
have
at
the red,
this
it draws
onto
it.
that guy.
That's good too. Or even if you
the
just do
intern
this.
draws hard.
It's pretty good. That
Yeah.
that draws really hard.
Yeah.
She's
And
got
then
the
you
hit and
have-
roll off the
Yeah.
that.
Whichever
What do you
one
guys
feel.
like?
Rolling an edge under.
What?
Yeah. I like rolling an edge under.
I don't think we go all the way under. Like I
No,
like to
yeah,
try
right
to-
there. Just like an edge. This intern draw is like not here. She just go all the way wide.
No. Yeah, we
So-
gotta focus. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
that.
I like this.
Yeah.
I'm just scared if we go all the way under, we're leaving.
No, we can't roll all the way under.
No.
It's just hit and roll.
Yeah.
though,
Just like
yeah.
edge on edge is perfect.
Yep.
10.
Let's make
You
it.
got it, Jen.
Right there. And I'm not sure what Carrie can do. She might be able to go out really wide and get into that area. You want to leave one of these yellows open in case that draw to the button is made by Team Einarson. You could throw this soft. With the turn she's throwing, she can get what we call a lower roll. So you could throw like a hack weight here, hit it and roll towards the button. With that little ice, you must be throwing more.
This one, no.
Yeah.
Speed's good.
Jennifer Jones and her first.
Whoa. Speed's good. Yes.
Burgess. Left. Clementine right. Looking for the little hit and the roll inside and underneath, and she'll tuck a corner.
Really good, Jen. That's pretty
Perfect.
perfect.
As good as we could do.
Yeah, nice shot, Jen.
I think that's as good as we could do.
Yeah, perfect. Back here. I think you could do it.
And you can just kind of play the
You don't even have to. I think it'll finish.
Yeah, I think we just come back here and.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think it's
It's
there.
that corner guard that's killing them. Vic.
Right there.
Yeah, I think it's the only way to get in. Yeah, and I don't even think we have to chisel. I think it'll curl.
You could go
Yeah,
wide,
come
go
off
right
the
around
side
that corner,
hard
but
once
then
it
it's
gets
probably
further.
wide
How do
open.
we play this?
Yeah. Yep, that's also there.
I can play
Okay,
that.
so
That's
rather than draw,
probably
they're going to
easier.
play the angle raise.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, just gotta get the ice right, the weight right, and we're golden.
7-6. Laws leads Scheidegger with Christy Moore throwing the fourth stones. And does Moore have a chance for the win here?
It's pretty tough. She was lying 2, and on her final stone, Caitlin made that freeze in there. Now, if she can pick it out and stick around, there's 2 others, but there's not a lot of separation between the 2 stones.
Yeah, I do.
Or do you like a hair less?
Half an inch high side, she might be able to save her shooter.
Final stone. Right now, shot rock belongs to Laws.
Yes! Hard!
Not quite frozen. Taylor McDonald staying with it now. Can you pick this out? Can you pick it out, make it go away? Roll it far enough. A little more, a little more. Oh, it's going to stop. They got them both. They do. They picked up the win. Scheidegger with Christy Moore has taken out the number 2 seed.
Friggin' pistol, buddy. Let's
And
go.
in our game, the angle raises to the back edge, and Jones will advance. The number 1 seed has gone there.
Just a little thick. What a brilliant try. Any thinner, it's got much less speed. It's into the back of the forefoot area, a chance to win, but just got that a little thick.
So a dramatic end to this Final Four. The 1 and 2 seeds have been eliminated. The 3-time Canadian champion, Carrie Einarson and Caitlin Laws, and her brand new team are done. 5 and 6 will battle for the $50,000 first prize. There you go, is Jennifer Jones and Emily Zacharias get together at the scoreboard. Jones takes out 1. Scheidegger and Christy Moore take out number 2, setting up Jones and Scheidegger 5 against 6 coming up tomorrow. It was a difficult day for the 3-time champion Einarson, as she'll leave 9-5 is your final.
The 2022 PointsBet Invitational is brought to you in part by PointsBet, proud partner of Curling Canada, by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada, by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years, and by Home Hardware. Here's how.
Well, how do you like that? 5 and 6, and reasons to smile. Jennifer Jones and Christy Moore skipping that Scheidegger team will meet for the $50,000 and the winner take all coming up tomorrow. And make a note of the time. We are a half hour earlier, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's 10:30 Atlantic. Jones against Scheidegger with Christy Moore skipping. Still to come, though, the Final Four men's bracket. Brendan Boncher, Matt Dunstone, Brad Kuju against Reed Carruthers. And we'll have that for you later today at 3 p.m. Eastern, 4 Atlantic. Goodness. What a finish. The top two seeds on the women's side are out, leaving Jones and Scheidegger to play for the big money tomorrow. Till we talk with you again at 3 p.m. Eastern time, thank you for joining us. The PointsBet Invitational from Fredericton is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.